I wanted to talk about entrepreneurship and adversity, because you mentioned it a little bit. And I'm sure in those early days of trying to launch Destiny's Child and trying to develop them and figuring out what the vision was, there were a lot of no's along the way. I saw the video with Beyoncé talking about like all the times they had been told no.
Yes.
Can you talk a little bit about that? And during that time, like, was your vision ever shaken, or was it like, no, I believe no matter what we'll get there? Like what was that time like in speaking?
Yeah, it's a very good question. I've always believed that in anything I do, because I only do it because of my passion, right? So I don't come out to tell people or say read my books. I have 5, but there's one I'm going to suggest: The DNA of Achievers, 10 Traits of Highly Successful Professionals, bestseller at Amazon. I talk about failure. There's a whole chapter on failure and how failure is an opportunity to grow and not a reason to quit. And we often quit when we have adversity and we have failures and we have mistakes. So I always use that as a stepping stone. Even when I come up and I say, okay, evaluate, maybe I could have done that differently or that differently. But I always believe, because I had a plan. Not just a plan, I had a strategic plan. And yes, we had a number of no's. That's why the first single was called No, No, No. That was a joke. Just kidding.
I totally was believing that. Anybody else believe that other than me? I was like, wow, that's insight. And I had one follow-up for that too. What was the original vision? Was the vision to get a record deal? Was the vision to be the biggest, female group of all time? Like what was the original vision like?
That was our goal, to be the #1 female group of all times. And fortunately, we accomplished that. That was always the goal. We didn't get there right away, because we all have stepping stones to be the very best at something. At the first day of class for me, I tell my students, if you just want to be good, don't come back. I don't want to teach people that just want to be good. If you want to be great, come back next week. Because greatness is also understanding another book, Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell, Black Canadian man. He talks about, to be an expert, to be great at something, you would have had to have done it 10,000 hours. That's when you can say, hey, I actually know what I'm talking about. I'm great at this. I've done this 10,000 hours now, so that's why I feel as comfortable as I do. And that's that learning process and getting knowledge, which is so important.
You've raised your children not just to be entertainers, but also entrepreneurs, right? As they were growing and the business was developing, how intentional were you? Did you show them this is what the business side of it looks like and numbers and stuff, so that they wouldn't just get locked into just being someone that gets paid to sing and dance?
Yeah, well, that's a really good. We absolutely did, because we have those discussions. You guys are entrepreneurs. When you get home, you're like, hey, how are we gonna pay these bills next week? That's a normal discussion for entrepreneurs, and they would hear us have those discussions and hear us strategize how we're going to run the business. And kids, you think they're not listening? Trust me, they're listening. And that's why I'm so proud. I don't know, how many of you have ever heard the song Beyoncé, Daddy? Tears come out of my eyes when I hear that. That she wanted to marry someone just like her daddy. Jay-Z? You had to laugh.
That was a good one. That was a good one. I wasn't expecting that one. You caught me off guard.
But he's a billionaire, though, right? You have to respect that. He's a billionaire. I'm just proud that generational wealth, I think our family finally have gotten there. I think Blue Ivy and Sir and Rumi and Jules, my grandkids, will not have to ever worry about money that we, I think, built wealth from.